I'm just gonna jump right into this. This is a video that I've wanted to make for a long time. I'm gonna make a couple of videos here. It's gonna be about what I find essential to a round the world trip.
Watermelon man. Watermelon man. Watermelon man. Watermelon man.
I've been traveling now, doing my project Caught Doing Good for over 8 months. I've been on the road full time for over 8 months. This is what I, through my experience, believe to be essential. First of all, what you see on my body. I have one shirt. I have one pair of pants. I have a pair of underwear. I'm wearing my Under Armours today. And that's all on my body. And my necklace. I like my necklace. And one pair of sandals, toothpaste, a toothbrush. I'll be honest, this is not the toothbrush I use. This is for emergency purposes. I keep a second. Some soap, something to hold money, some kind of money, a passport, and water. Only these things, and you can travel as long as you want, forever. That's all you need. If I had to say the absolute essentials to my trip, it's all right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna move into stage 2. This is both gonna be in one video. And then I'll make videos about stuff that I have with me that's not so essential. But let me give you some information here. There's a lot of information that is very idiosyncratic. After you get past those things that I just said, then you get into the idiosyncratic things about your own personality. Some things that are very important to you, but maybe not important to anybody else in the world. But you need to have them on your trip. So these are the sections I've made on my bed here. There's the essential items for me in my travels on my trip. There's the clothing. There's the bags. There's all the junk that I'm really not sure why I have. And there's the, I don't regret getting any of this, but if I didn't have it, I would be perfectly fine without it section. So those are the sections that I've made on my bed. I'm gonna pause the camera right now and take a picture of those before I mess everything up. See you in a second. So let's move into the more idiosyncratic stuff. This is the stuff that you, or in this case me, specifically need that probably other people won't need. For me on my trip, I'm doing a video project. I'm making videos in HD quality and uploading them to the internet as I'm traveling. This is very important and vital to what I'm doing on my trip, so a lot of things have to do with that, you'll see. But one thing, the first thing that I learned near the beginning of my trip that I decided I was going to completely do without, but then I changed my mind from experience. And this is pretty dinky and stupid, but it's my Listerine. I really need my Listerine. I feel like my mouth is constantly dirty and just feel really uncomfortable all the time if I don't have Listerine. So that's an idiosyncratic thing. It takes up space, it's heavy, it's a little bit expensive to get along the road, although you can get it along the road, and I've gotten it all over the world. So that's one thing I have to have. Let's look into the other things. Here is my baby, my Amazon Kindle. I love to read, and this has entertained me on many a train, many a bus. I got this about halfway through my trip, and now I feel like I couldn't live without it. I love having my Kindle. So that's one thing idiosyncratic to me. Of course, you need the cable to charge it. Then we've got my cell phone. I got this in India for 850 rupees. You can put a SIM card in it. It's an old piece of crap phone, but it works. It's better, I think, to have a cheaper, worse phone because that will last you longer and you don't have to worry about it getting stolen. My iPhone was stolen in Bali, and after that I had to replace it with stuff. Right now in my hand, here, I'll show you here. In my hand, I have my Lumix. It's a Panasonic Lumix FT2. I make a lot of my videos on this little digital camera. And of course, You need spare batteries and a charger. Whenever you have a camera like this, you need to have spare batteries for it because you're not going to be able to charge your batteries everywhere, and it's really, really helpful to have spare batteries. Although this camera, the batteries last for a long time. It's really good. And then I have my more fancy professional-ish, no, it's not really professional, but my more fancy camera, my Canon HFS11, and a Pelican case to carry it in to make sure that it stays safe and dry. Got some hand sanitizer I picked up in the Philippines. I've got a kind of a tripod. It looks like a business card, but it works as a tripod made by Manfrotto. So this is a really useful device that I use for stabilization. And then I've got my Gorilla Pod, got my cell phone charger, my USB cable for the Canon, a notebook, and a good pen that you like. I find that essential. Little carrying cases for carrying random stuff. These are really essential. A bandana. Some kind of bandana. I got better bandanas, good, fancy, nice ones, all the expensive stuff that you get at the shops, and I haven't used them or have thrown them away. And this old, falling apart, I've had this since I was 12, I think. This bandana that I, as an afterthought, I threw it along in. You can see it's like starting to have holes. As an afterthought, I threw it along in, and I found that an old bandana that you don't worry about it getting dirty or anything like that is really, really essential. When you have good bandanas and all this stuff, you're always worried about getting it a little dirty. But just an old thing that you can just throw around and just put it in a pocket anywhere. Always just have it around. And it's really soft because it's really old. Okay, next is headphones for doing video editing. This is a great pair by Panasonic, but about 2 weeks ago they died out on me. They make funky noises when you listen with them. But anyway, I use them because they're really good and because I like them. But I also have a second pair of headphones that I picked up here in India recently, and a little case for them. And I have a larger wallet. This wallet holds my credit cards, my bulk money. I keep all my big cash in here and small cash in my pockets, like my little secret pockets or my pockets here. I like these pants from North Face that I'm wearing because they have a lot of these small pockets that they don't stand out like big cargos, but they are a little bit more discreet and harder to open, which is good. And I can just put money in like little hidden spots if I'm ever worried about maybe somebody bothering me. And it's also a really good tip for bargaining, because if you keep your money in, and I suggest having something old and dingy looking to keep your money in. This thing, as you can see, it's even rusting away. I keep SIM cards in here. You can even see that's like a Filipino SIM card in there. But keep just a little bit of money in your pouch, especially about the amount of money that you want to spend at the maximum, and then take a little bit out of it and put that money in your pockets in different places. And when you're bargaining, you can just open up your wallet and show, this is everything I have. You just got to give it to me at this price or you're not going to get money off of me. And it really works wonders for bargaining. Although I don't bargain that much because I don't buy crap. Everything, what do you need to buy when you're traveling long term? I don't buy junk. I buy like postcards to send to people or things like that. Food, consumables usually. I don't buy much. Here is a headlamp. I had a second one, but I can't find it right now. I think maybe I let somebody borrow it. But that headlamp comes in really handy also for making videos. It's a really good light for making videos when there's not enough light. So that's really important. And absolutely essential to me is a cap. Some kind of cap, preferably something very comfortable, not something that loses shape, something that you can smush anywhere. Just throw it in a pocket and then pull it out and it will still be fine. So my little cap here is essential. Next, I had a towel actually until about a week ago. I had one of these pack towels. I forgot what it's called, but it's Alpine pack towel or something. It's basically like a shop towel for workers in a like mechanics. But instead of that pack towel, I've been using this that I picked up. It was just kind of a sample thing at a hand weaving place in Thailand that I happened to pass through, and I've been using this. You can see the full size of it right here. This is the full size of it. I'll show it against my body. And that works great as a towel, actually. So this is what I use as a towel right now. It does the trick. And then sometimes, as you can see where I'm staying right now, there's a towel provided. So a lot of times I use towels that are provided or by like couch surfing hosts or somebody like that. Next is my batik. This is a piece of cloth. In fact, this piece of cloth was meant to be made into a t-shirt, and it is untrimmed, unmade, and it just is a piece of cloth that has not been used for anything yet. You can see it here. I guess you can't see the full size of it, but I got this in Indonesia as a gift, and I thought to myself, what am I going to do with a piece of cloth? But the guy really wanted to give it to me as a gift, and I was really grateful because he was really kind, and it's all handmade. Indonesian batik. If you know anything about Indonesian batik, this is like from deep in the countryside, takes hours and hours. It probably took like 3 days to make this thing, and it's really, really intricate handwork. And so I couldn't get rid of it. And then I found that, wow, this is like the best thing that I have. You can use it as like a sarong, like kind of like a skirt, I guess. You just wrap it around yourself and tuck it in, and I use it as pajamas a lot when I want to keep my pants clean at night when I'm sleeping, so I just pull it out, wrap it around me. You can use it as a sheet while you're sleeping. You can use it as a sheet under you when you have a dirty place. For example, if you want to sit and have a conversation with somebody, have a picnic, just throw it out. It's so useful. Just a piece of cloth. It doesn't have to be something that you get at one of these like expensive backpacker shops. Just a piece of cloth. Take a sheet off your bed, wrap it around your body, tie it, you're finished. Okay, you don't have to spend a lot of money on these things. Next, for kind of essential clothing, I'll get into all my clothing later, but essential clothing, this is a shirt. This one's actually also by North Face. And this one has served me really well. It's a long sleeve shirt. It's got, like dorky looking openings at the back, which are really useful when you're in hot places. And this shirt is amazingly thin and cool, but it can actually also keep you warm if you put it over other layers. So it's really useful. You can wear it in the hottest climates by itself, and you can wear it in the coldest climates with shirts underneath it. So it's very, very useful. I'd say essential clothing, you need one undershirt, one long sleeve shirt. That would be essential. And then a pair of shorts to go with your long pants. I personally have 2 pairs of long pants and a pair of shorts because I like to wear something while I'm washing one, but it's up to you. I don't like to wear shorts. I'm not a shorts guy, so I just wear them when I'm swimming, so I have kind of swimming trunks as my shorts. But you can also, they second as, walking around town. It's fine. And then, of course, my MacBook Pro. This is a very heavy and very bulky and troublesome thing on my trip. And if I had to go back and choose, I might have gotten the slightly smaller size. But since I'm doing HD video, it's really important for me. So this is Idiosyncratic. What I recommend for you, take a laptop. I think it's a good idea to take a laptop because there's a lot of times where there's Wi-Fi accessibility and stuff. But take a really small laptop. And then get external hard drives. I really like this one from iOmega. It's really expensive and really good, and I'm glad that I have it. And my dad gave it to me as a gift, and I'm really grateful for that. It's very, very sturdy. You can like run over this thing with a truck and it's fine. I've had it for 8 months, haven't had a single problem with it. I use fire wire cables, which are really fast, so I like that. And then I got this one from Western Digital, I think. Yeah, Western Digital, My Passport. This is 1 terabyte, this is 500 gigabytes. I got the Western Digital one here in India about a month and a half ago because I just was completely running out of space. And I've actually filled it up today. I ran out of space on it. So I'm going to have to put this video on my hard drive, and I might have to get another one of these Western Digital 1 terabyte things. But I'm really scared actually because it might break and I might lose all my data. So I wish somebody would give me an expensive 1 terabyte iOmega because I can trust this thing so much more. I can't really trust this Western Digital thing. It scares me sometimes. Because if I lose all this footage, oh God, I'll cry. Okay, and then you need this is a adapter for your electronic devices to plug in the country where you happen to be. Well, I skipped some, just real quick, we'll go back. So also I have my second passport. For me this is essential, and I actually almost never pull it out, but this has been really useful because sometimes you have to give your passport to places. For example, for renting a motorbike in Thailand, you have to give them your passport, so I just give them my second passport. I'm both a British and an American citizen. I use my British passport, keep the American passport around. When I went to America, pull out the American passport, like that. And this was given to me in Korea. This is a sewing kit, and I am absolutely terrible at sewing. Let me show you a little sewing job I did a couple days ago. This is my bag sewn together so it doesn't rip apart. It's not well done, but it works, and anybody can sew to hold things together, and that becomes important because things rip apart. So bring a sewing kit, a little handy one like this. Oh, and a last final kind of absolutely essential item is this Flash Voyager GT. This is a 32 gigabyte external or USB thumb drive by Corsair, and this thing it's waterproof. You can bounce on it. You can do whatever you want. I keep it in the pocket of my pants every day, all the time. And I have emergency information on here, like phone numbers for people to contact if I am in an accident or something like that, so people can search my body. They'll find this, plug it into a computer, and see a file that says emergency information. That's in the, the base drive. And it's also good for, transferring files to people, saving your pictures, all kinds of things. So it's good to have a thumb drive. It's good to have one that you don't have to worry about. So I recommend this one, Flash Voyager GT by Corsair. I got this on eBay kind of cheap. www.corsair.com. One more essential. Essentials are actually in use a lot of places, so you don't think about them. But one more essential is a lock. I really like this lock that I got in the Philippines because it's a number code thing, so you just punch the numbers in, so you don't need any kind of key for it. And this is really useful because a lot of hotels, especially here in India, all the hotels, it's just a lock on the door. It's not a actual, here I'll show you. So this is the hotel key and the lock, and oh, my door is locked. And you just have this thing. So that's how all hotels are. So if you use your own lock, you don't even have to worry at all about the staff having a second key coming in to do cleaning or something like that and stealing your stuff while you're away. They can't get in. Nobody can get in. It's your lock. And you also don't have to carry a key around all day because this big bulky thing in your pocket just really annoys me. So personally, I find having my own lock to be a very useful idea. Those are the essentials!